To be a great goalkeeper, you have to face your toughest opponent, which is more often than not, yourself. Hey guys, welcome back to a new episode in the Mind Between the Posts. In this episode, we'll be tackling nerves, dealing with criticism, and also we'll touch upon one of my favorite topics, positive self-talk. So stay till the end, you don't want to miss that part. Also, if you missed our first episode, I highly recommend that you go back and watch it. It really lays the foundation of this series where I talk about just how important goalkeeper psychology or being strong mentally as a goalkeeper is. So one last thing before we dive into the content. If you have a story or a question about managing nerves or dealing with criticism or any other problem or struggle that you face when it comes to the mentality side of goalkeeping, please share it down in the comments and it could be featured in our Q&A episode that I'll be doing towards the end of this series. Alright, let's talk about nerves. Every goalkeeper, no matter who you are or how good you are, gets nervous. This is just a part of the game of being a goalkeeper. I always remember what Gigi Buffon said once when he was struggling with depression. He said, every goalkeeper is scared from time to time. If they're saying otherwise, they're lying. This is a very powerful reminder from someone who has been in the game even longer than I have, and of course on a much higher level, that nerves are a natural part of our goalkeeping journey. So the question is not if we'll get nervous or not, the question is how do we handle these nerves when we get nervous? This is what sets great goalkeepers apart from the rest of us. And you have probably heard this one before, but remember, being nervous only shows that you care about being a goalkeeper and about your performances. So if I was you, I would turn that around and say, if you're not nervous, then you have a problem. Of course, we don't want to be that nervous, that shaky, that it really affects our goalkeeping performance. So what I do today before games, I go into a room all by myself, I put my headphones on, and I start using my breathing to relax my nerves. All I do is to breathe in for 4 seconds through my nose. I hold my breath for 4 seconds, then I slowly breathe out for 4 seconds through my mouth, and I hold my breath again. And then I repeat this cycle 4 or 5 times, or even sometimes more. And this will naturally relax your body, calm your nerves. And this is not something that I've made up. This is actually a method that the Navy SEALs use before practices or going out on a mission. And if you can combine this breathing method with visualization, a topic that I'll cover later in this series, it's even better. While you're doing your breathing, recall your best saves, your bravest moments as a goalkeeper, whether it's from a game or from practice, just some moments where you're really proud of yourself as a goalkeeper. And by doing this, it will not only calm your nerves, but it will also give you confidence and sharpen your focus. But it requires practice. In the beginning, it will feel really awkward, but as you practice, it will become easier and easier, and in the end, it will become like second nature to you. Remember, nerves are not your enemy, they're a part of the game. The key is to not let them overpower you, use them to sharpen your focus, and as a gentle reminder that you care about your performance as a goalkeeper. Alright, that was nerves. Let's keep this momentum going and dive into our next topic. Now that we talked about nerves, let's shift our focus to another mental challenge that every goalkeeper faces: criticism. Given the nature of the role, goalkeepers are always in the spotlight. And with that comes feedback. Some good and some not so much. And although it can be annoying that everyone has opinions of you, also people who have never even been goalkeepers, every bit of criticism is your chance to grow. So let me explain what I mean by that. Instead of getting bogged down by who's saying what, focus on the actual message. Ask yourself, is there something here that I can use to improve? If there is, take it with you. If there isn't, forget it and move on. Because even the toughest of comments can have a nugget of truth that you can take with you and use on your journey as a goalkeeper. The trick is to not take any criticism personally, just use it as fuel to get better. And remember, feedback is not about your worth as a person or your worth as a player. It's only about your performance on a specific day. In my goalkeeping career, I played nearly 500 games, and there were times, many times, where I wasn't happy with my performance. But with experience, I knew that having one bad day didn't define me as a goalkeeper. I still knew I was a good goalkeeper, but I just had a bad day, which happens to everyone. So remember, do not take criticism as an attack on you as a person or as a goalkeeper. It only means that someone who's probably never been a goalkeeper before in the first place didn't think you performed up to your usual standards on that specific day. So the choice is yours. You can either let criticism strengthen you as a person, as a goalkeeper, or you can let criticism ruin your confidence and the faith that you have in your abilities. My advice is to take with you what you can, the rest, brush it off and move on. Please share down in the comments how you tackle criticism. Your strategies and your insights might just inspire other goalkeepers. Next up, let's talk about one of my favorite topics when discussing goalkeeper mentality, the superpower of positive self-talk. And speaking of which, in the link in the description, you can find step-by-step tutorials and practical sheets with examples so you can start creating your own personal positive self-talk and even a list of affirmations. The link is in the description. They're completely free, so go ahead and check it out. Having positive self-talk as a goalkeeper is probably one of the most underrated skill set that a goalkeeper can master. Positive self-talk is that small inner voice in your head that can either lift you up or it can bring you down. When I was a young goalkeeper, I struggled a lot with this. The things I was telling myself and also the things I was telling others about myself were really negative, and this led to nerves, fear, and just overall bad confidence. But as I got older, I realized that I'm doing something wrong here. I need to change this. And today you see a very confident and relaxed goalkeeper in front of you. For example, if you are very nervous before a big game, instead of thinking, I am nervous today, change it to, I am excited today. And you can even tell your coach, your teammates, your physios, your goalkeeping coach, whoever it should be, that you are excited today. This simple shift, this change of one word in a sentence can alter your mindset dramatically. Instead of fearing the game, you're suddenly looking forward to it. The emotions of being nervous and feeling excited are very similar, and the brain cannot always tell the difference. And by helping your brain along the way by confirming that you're excited instead of nervous, this will naturally calm your nerves and relax your body. But positive self-talk is not only during games, it's also for practice. For example, if you struggle with your diving technique, instead of thinking and saying to everyone, I can't dive, replace it with, I'm improving my diving every day. This positive framing of sentences builds confidence and transforms your approach to challenges. Because our mind believes what we tell it repeatedly. If you're constantly feeding negative sentences into your brain and your performances will reflect that. But if you turn it around and you start feeding positive sentences into your mind, you will suddenly become a much more confident, relaxed and brave goalkeeper. If we take me as an example, on game days I constantly tell myself, I am prepared, I am focused, I am ready. And I just keep repeating this to myself, and then when the game comes, I am prepared, I am focused and I am ready. This might sound too simple, but this is the power of positive self-talk. When you're constantly encouraging yourself, you're not just boosting your morale, but you're also enhancing your focus and reducing anxiety. You start to believe in your abilities, and that belief will reflect in your overall presence in goal. You are obviously welcome to borrow mine, but I always encourage goalkeepers to find your own personal affirmations that resonate with you. And it doesn't have to be too complicated. You can start with something simple. I am focused, I am calm, or I trust my training. And then you can slowly build on from there. You just find what works for you, what resonates with you, and make it a part of your pre-game and in-game routine. If you want to learn more about positive self-talk, do check the link in the description. You'll find 3 free guides that are all tailored for goalkeepers who want to take their game to the next level. They're completely free, so go ahead and check them out. That's a wrap for today. Managing nerves, handling criticism, and positive self-talk are vital for your growth as a goalkeeper. In the next episode, I will uncover simple steps to transform you into the most confident goalkeeper between the sticks. If you found any value in this episode, please hit that like button, share it with your fellow goalkeepers, and drop a comment with your thoughts or your questions. Your interaction makes a huge difference and helps spread this valuable knowledge to more goalkeepers out there. Thanks for watching, guys, and keep pushing yourself both on and off the field. Remember, in goalkeeping, the most challenging battles are often fought in the mind, and you have the power to win them. This is Christian from Ground Glory signing off from the Mind Between the Posts. Stay strong, stay positive, and I'll see you in the next episode.